and thank you, Mr. Washington, for being here with us today. We've seen a number of troubling events, and I'm sure these have been gone over in the commercial aviation, from the ground stop to 5 near misses, one of which was just in Boston on Monday. And so I have, obviously, I think everybody does, and certainly you share the concerns over a potential disaster here. Do you think the workforce policies are a contributing factor at FAA? And would you commit to having the FAA workforce return in person 5 days a week? Because our testimony from several weeks ago said that's not occurring right now.
I want to understand what the direction of the administration is around that. Now, I do think that the critical nature of FAA work, we need folks there. And folks are already there, those safety critical positions, and they have been there through the pandemic, and we need to not forget about them who have been there at every airport in the country. But I want to understand exactly where the FAA is on that, and I would look very, very closely. I'm a traditionalist in that respect in terms of 5 days a week.
Thank you, sir. Let me ask you this. You've been at Denver Airport for 2 years now?
Yes, almost, yes.
How often do you go to the air traffic control tower to just see what's going on?
Quite often, Senator.
Is that like once a week or?
I go there not once a week, but quite often throughout the year.
Have you been in a rural air traffic control tower to see the differences?
I have not, Senator.
I would think in light of what the senator from Vermont was talking about. I'm from a small state. I'm from West Virginia, small state as well. The mountain states, a little challenging for aviation. So those smaller towers, I think, are exceedingly important to the overall safety of our air traveling public. Let me ask you about foreign repair stations. There is an uptick in the utilization of foreign repair stations for airline maintenance. Congress mandated that these stations are supposed to have the same standards as our domestic repair facilities. And obviously, we would know how important that is. But in reality, they really are not. There are reports that some have gone years without FAA inspection, and that many do not even have drug or alcohol testing requirements. How do you see the role of foreign repair stations in light of the FAA?
Thank you for the question, Senator. It's very, very critical. You mentioned FAA inspections being overdue.
Yes.
I would want to look at that and find out why that is so, and make sure that we get up to date on those. But I think it's very, very critical that that we satisfy the congressional mandate in that area.
I mean, I think obviously I would wholeheartedly agree with that, even if that would mean hiring extra inspectors to fulfill that obligation. I think that's exceedingly important as well. Yes. In terms of, there's been some of the pushback on your nomination, you're well aware, and I think you addressed it in your statement, is that you don't have you're not a pilot, you haven't had aviation experience. The last confirmed FAA administrator had extensive pilot and airline experience. What's the one thing that you would say to sort of knock that down as a requirement for the job?
Thank you, Senator. Leadership. Leadership, I think, is the top attribute that I would point to, because I think if you can lead people, then you can motivate your experts who are, whether they're pilots, whether they're safety technicians. I think leadership is a key piece of not just FAA, but it's a key piece of everything we do, including the United States Senate.
Well, I'm sure that a lot of the leadership skills that you have were formulated in your long service in our military, and I, as an American, am very grateful for that service. So thank you for that, and thank you for being with us here today. Thank you.
Thank you.